Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've got some awesome stuff to talk with you about today. We're going to be going over the current roadmap and things. We've seen a few messages from Aaron in the Discord, and I'm going to just go over that really quickly, when we can expect things to line up, and they're a lot sooner than you think. And I'm going to talk a bit about some ways that you can start preparing to get into the Illuvium ecosystem, to get ready for playing this game. Because I know everyone wants to start off with their best possible foot, and I'm going to be doing more videos about it in the future, but this is going to give you a great head start in that direction. So as always, welcome back. I'm Scoriox, where I do the maths and you do the degen. And as always, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. And please always do your own research. Okay, so let's jump straight into it. I'm going to show you my screen over here. I've got two major messages, these two, okay? And this first one, Aaron talks about SILV being ready by this week, okay? Actually, I think that's the wrong message. Yeah, all right. Anyways, it's definitely here somewhere, but I don't think that's this one. But, oh no, it says it right here. So the token will be sorted out this week. So that places the roadmap time for this time to be before the 27th of February. And then he also mentions that V2 will probably be next week, which places the timeline for that to release before the 6th of March. Okay, now these are really close. 6th of March for V2 up and running. But here's the best part. He talks about land sale being 2 weeks 2 weeks after V2. All right, now I don't know if it was in this, it must have been a different screenshot, apologies, but he talks about it being 2 weeks after V2, which would place that before the 20th of March. Okay, so we should be getting land in March. That's the takeaway here. I'm very excited. I know a lot of you are. And you're definitely going to want to watch this video to get ready for the land sale as well. And a bunch of my other videos will help you understand it a bit better as well. So definitely don't forget to like and subscribe and check them out if you're interested further. Okay. And then the last thing we should talk about is Illuvatars. Now, we don't really have a concise date like some of these previous stuff. But Illuvatars should be following quite closely to land. I think the current plan is to do them after land, but they could come before if they have some other problems or something as well. So obviously, all of this isn't like an official announcement or anything, but I've seen similar timelines to this said in the past, so they're pretty confident in a lot of this sort of stuff. And you could see from the January dev notes that pretty much the audits and everything are going very well, and they're on track. Okay, so that's the big takeaway here is we're getting stuff really soon, and it's time to get really excited. Okay, now, what should you expect when some of this stuff starts to kick off? I totally nailed that. I said it properly, I swear. So there is a very high chance of a new SILV pool. Now, they will be calling this SILV, SILV2. Now, this is going to get real confusing. So we're going to have to find a better way to discuss that on the channel. And I know Aaron didn't want to call it that, but this is just what we're going to end up with. SILV2, and that's what I'm going to call it in this video. So it obviously, the contract should all be fixed, right? And you should be reimbursed your SILV based on what you had at that initial snapshot. Basically, it was like an hour before the hack or something like that. So don't stress about that sort of stuff. If you guys want more info on that, leave a comment down below, message me on Discord. I'll help you out best I can. You can also join the Shiny Shards Guild. I'm pretty active in there. We've also got Najafe in there and Frobe. I'm going to talk about both of them later in this video. But that will all be willing to help you out. So feel free to jump in the guild. The Discord link is in the description, obviously. It might be broken. I'll have to fix it. All good. Okay. So something we should definitely expect is another unofficial SILV pool. SILV2 in this case. All right. And that is likely going to be another SushiSwap or Uniswap. I believe the last one was Uniswap. Probably going to be that one again. I highly doubt Kieran is going to create it this time. He created it, but not really as a part of the Illuvium team. But he may make another one. If not him, someone else probably will. Okay, it's not guaranteed this is going to come, but it's likely. And what I see happening is that the price of SILV2 will be pretty much the same as what SILV was selling for, but likely even less based on faith in the ecosystem, the amount of SILV2 people will have to dump, because all these staking rewards have been compounding. As soon as they gets unlocked, like when V2 comes out, they're going to grab all their rewards, take it as SILV2, and maybe even dump it and try and just like get some of their liquidity back if they want to, for whatever reason, okay? So I definitely expect SILV2 being cheap for this reason. Definitely keep your wits about you. This is not financial advice, and please be careful. But just, I would wade the waters a little bit. It could be low, but it might get even lower. So just take your time and be patient with it. Trust me. Okay? Why might you need SILV2? Personally, I'm going to stack up on it pretty heavily because I don't have a lot right now. And I've got some okay liquidity right now. So I'm going to focus on getting that for land and for in-game purchases and things. Turns out you might actually be able to use it to help your land progress faster too. So it's going to be really useful in general. So I'm definitely planning on getting as much as I can. As much as I can afford. Obviously, never invest more than you are willing to lose. Okay, never risk more. So if you're planning on doing that, it's definitely a good idea to at least consider buying a little bit because it's a big discount compared to ILV with the same buying pressure. That being said, it cannot be used for everything. You cannot buy alluvials on the Alluvidex with it. Only Ethereum. Okay, and you might not be able to use it on every single in-game Alluvium purchase in general. Okay, there might be some that are a bit gated to fuel and things like that. So definitely keep that in mind. I wouldn't all in on it by any means, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, now let's talk about V2 quickly. So I've got a screenshot of the new interface that they're working on, and it looks really, really good. And there are some other screenshots as well. I won't bore you with them for now, but overall it looks really, really sweet, and they're definitely taking their time with this. They've made it really professional looking and everything. This is probably the best looking UI that I've seen in NFT gaming ever. Okay, obviously regular gaming, they have some pretty awesome ones, but this is on par with your standard gaming companies like Blizzard and things like that. They're working really hard on getting this right. They've done a really good job, and it's going to make everyone's lives so much easier, especially for me making tutorials, but you guys already know that. Okay, and with V2, you'll also have lower gas fees, which will be really helpful as well. I will go in depth on them when it launches because I want to make sure I have all the information for that one. So the next thing we should talk about is the ILV token. Now, the entire crypto markets and stock markets and everything are extremely volatile right now. I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen. We could go crash really hard, which would be a good buying opportunity, or we could go up from here, which would obviously be great. And ILV could break away entirely when the game launches. That is something we have never really seen in crypto before. This could be a first, but if that's what you're betting on here, I'd be very cautious. Ultimately, a lot of these people aren't gamers, which would help separate them from the crypto space. They're all crypto investors at the moment. And while that's the case, it will follow Bitcoin. I'm telling you that much. Not financial advice. Okay, so the best strategy for this is just to buy over time your ILV tokens. It's just that simple. Try and buy over time as much as you can. Once a week, maybe you've put 10% of your paycheck away for crypto. Once a week, you spend, well, if you get paid monthly or whatever, you quarter it and spend that much, right? Just take your time with it. Don't all in. Be careful. Have some on the sidelines in case we crash, and have some in the thing in case we do well. That way, both ways you're protected. There's not much more to say on that. Okay. The next thing you should definitely be considering is you should start looking at alluvial affinities. Now, this YouTuber is called Najav Plays, and he's been on my channel before, and he will be on my channel in the future as well. He's currently really found his niche in the whole affinities side of Alluvium. As you can see by his big chart, he's figuring out hyper, he's talking with Aaron, he's getting all this secret information, and it's so helpful for me and everyone else. I definitely recommend throwing him a like. Subscribe to his channel if you like his content. And I'm sure he'll really appreciate it, but it's really good stuff, and you're going to find it really helpful. So if you want to start preparing for how you might play the game and what you need to be ready for and which alluvials you might want to catch, his videos are going to really help you with that. I do a lot more on the investing side of things, and I'm going to get into that as well down the road. But for now, but at the moment, he's doing a really good job on that, and maybe my version of doing it in the future is just collaborating with people like him and other YouTubers and things as well. So there's lots of ways to do this, and at the moment he's got that whole thing down pat. You can trust him. He's had everything he does, he fact checks as well. So if you want to learn about affinities, he's a great place to start. Obviously, there's so many of them and they're hard to keep track of. Keep researching, keep up to date if you can. I'll try and keep you up to date as well. Definitely. Okay, one of the last thing we should talk about is TFT Gaming. Now, this is another Shiny Shards member, like Najef Plays, and this is called Frobay, and he does a lot of TFT tutorials and things like that, where he discusses Teamfight Tactics, which is an auto battler made by Riot Games, and he does a really good job discussing them, how to get to the pro levels and things like that. I'm not saying you guys should get to the top ranking TFT, but you should play it every now and then. It's free, you can get it on your phone, very easy to pick up and play. I used to play it on the bus all the time, because it was just so easy and it was a good quality game and it tested my brain a little bit. I'm typically all about strategy games and things like that. It tested my mental capacity and I got to battle a bunch of other players and things like that. It was really good. You used to play with mates and things too. So if you can, find a bunch of people in your guild or something you can play with, that'll make it even more fun. All right. So definitely start engaging with games like that if you want to make sure you're ready for the Illuvium game. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about, because this video is starting to go a bit long, is to spend time with your loved ones. Now, I've been in the crypto markets for quite some time now, probably 1.2 or 3 years, okay? Just over a year. When I first started in crypto, I spent a lot of time watching the charts. I don't recommend doing that. It sucks. It eats into your personal life, your loved ones, stresses you the hell out, especially when you've put so much money into it and things like that. Take the time to step away from the charts, to step away from all the news and everything, and relax, calm down, and take a moment to get a bit more zen, listen to some music, watch a movie or two, watch a TV show. That's usually how I used to deal with some of that stuff. I'd switch over and I'd watch the IT Crowd or something like that. Love that show. But take your time, spend some time with your loved ones. It'll also make the time go faster. We've been waiting for Illuvium for a while and we're going to be waiting a bit longer. Everyone really wants to see it happen. I suspect Illuvium coming in probably May. I expect that to launch early May. But it will make time go faster if you try to stop thinking about Illuvium. I know it sounds a bit crazy, and my content is one of the ways that I focus on something that isn't the game, and time is flying by crazy for me. I'll wake up all of a sudden and Illuvium will have been launched. All right, so take the time, relax, play some games or whatever you want to do. Try to take your mind away from Illuvium every now and then, and that'll help you engage better, I promise. Thanks for listening, guys. See ya. Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video. I hope that you'll watch that next video up in the top right hand corner, or don't, but I really do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe down below, and I'll catch you all in the next one.